Hi, I'm Mary Jo, also known as Sojo, and welcome back to part 3 of my trunk show. What I have done is I have taken all of my quilt tops, which I believe are over 200, but I'm not really sure. I've taken them all out and laid them out on a couch, and I thought we'd do kind of like a trunk show and a bed turning or couch turning style. Now, I started with my older quilts, and then we'll work up to my newer quilts. Now, like I said, I'm not really sure how many I have, so I thought as we did this, it'd be fun to count, so I've been counting. We'll see how far I get. We'll see if we get to over 200, which is what I believe I have. Now, I would like to say thanks to everybody who has subscribed and watched the first 2 parts of my 200 plus quilt series. And if you've watched any of my videos, thank you so much. Now, as I was pulling out this bin for part 3, I started noticing a few things, and those things were, where did I get my inspiration? Where did these quilt patterns and things come from? And I would just like to mention a few people of where they came from. Number 1, the first person that I saw when I started quilting was Eleanor Burns from Quilt in a Day. I really liked her. I liked her spunk. I like how she taught. I really liked her, and I got a lot of inspiration from her. And especially when my beginning, I made all her quilts, it seemed like. I really liked her. Now, I've always wanted to meet Eleanor Burns, but I've never had the opportunity. But I did have the opportunity to meet her sister a few years ago at a Quilt Guild meeting. Another person that's always inspired me is Jenny Doan from the Missouri Star Quilt Company. And I did have the opportunity to meet her too, but unfortunately it didn't work out. My husband had taken me to Missouri Star for our anniversary, and when we got there, we found out that she was having a trunk show. Now, because my husband had just driven me all the way to Missouri Star and it was her anniversary, I decided not to go, even though I really would have liked to, because I know that's nothing my husband would have wanted to go to. So I don't regret it. However, I really would like to meet Jenny Doan from Missouri Star one day. Another person that's always inspired me is Donna Jordan from Jordan Fabrics. I love her channel and all her free tutorials that she does. And then, of course, another person would be Kimberly Jolly from Fat Quarter Shop. And they have quite a few free tutorials at times as well. And as I went on through my journey, I also discovered Leah Day and Angela Walters. Angela Walters is just absolutely mesmerizing with her quilting abilities. Now, I did have the opportunity to meet her a few years ago, but unfortunately I couldn't go because I had some conflicts with the kids. And as a mother, my kids would always come first. So that's just a few of the people that have inspired me during my quilt journey. So let's take a look at part 3. I did have a viewer ask me what was my plan for all my quilt tops. My plan is to quilt all of them, quilt and finish all of them. What I do with them after that, whether I keep them, give them away, I don't know. But as of right now, the plan is to quilt all of them. Part 3. Now this is made from a mini charm pack. This is a mini charm chocolate shortcut quilt pattern from Fat Quarter Shop. And that little square over there is just a little pillow I made to stuff to go along with it. Number 35. This is a Hunter Star. It was made with a layer cake, and the tutorial was from Missouri Star Quilt Company for their Hunter Star pattern. Number 36. This is a disappearing pinwheel whirligig from Missouri Star Quilt Company. $37. This was made from a jelly roll, and it's a crossing path pattern from Missouri Star Quilt Company. This is number 38 from Crab Apple Hill Studio from Meg Hockey, called How Does Your Garden Grow? This is again another hand embroidered quilt, and then it's pieced around it. I'm going to see if I can zoom in a little bit so you can get a good look at the embroidery in the middle. Okay, Okay, the embroidery in the middle says, Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? That's hand embroidered in the middle. Again, it's done with a coloring technique with crayons and a heat setting. And also in the corners around the flowers, the stems are embroidered. Number 39. This is a Bargello quilt. This was from the pattern Surf Song from the Twist and Turn Bargello quilts by Eileen Wright. Now this is number 40. This pattern came from McCall's Quilting magazine in the May-June of 2018 issue, and the pattern was cut crystal by Pam Boswell. And all those fabrics I remember buying at a Stitch Between Friends. Number 41. This is a linked up pattern from Missouri Star Quilt Company, and it was made from charm packs. Number 42 was a panel quilt, and it was made from a tutorial from Jordan Fabrics called Secret Window. Number 43. This is called Crosswalk. This was a Missouri Star Quilt Company pattern tutorial, and it was made from a jelly roll. Number 44. This was another panel quilt, and it was made from Missouri Star Quilt Company Attic Window tutorial. Number 45, which is a scrap quilt, and this was made using a pattern from Fons and Porter's Scrap Explosion Quilts book, and the name of the pattern was Floral Explosion. And this was just all the different scraps that I had in my stash at the time. Number 46. This quilt pattern is called Ribbons and Bows, and it was by Jackie Robinson, and it was in Quilt magazine in the October-November 2009 issue, number 104. Thanks for watching part 3. Now come back next week where I'll be doing part 4. And over the weekend, I should be coming up another weekly update where I talk about everything I managed to complete during the week, as well as a few previous finishes. So we'll talk more about my quilty stitchy things. Till next time, bye.